Alrighty, welcome back to more Carthage League of Legends, as always. Going right into the picks and bans here. So it turns out we had our information wrong. We're going to game 2 of Lakeland versus Carthage Red. Very exciting. I'm expecting to see similar bans. Something interesting, though. No change-ups here for Lakeland so far. They're very set in what they think is very good against them. So we'll see if they try to switch it up with this last ban here. I expect Carthage to do the exact same thing, especially considering how much they dominated that last game. It's the exact same bans for both sides, it looks like. But now, what will Lakeland do? How will they change up their team? We shall see.
For sure. Yeah, I feel completely embarrassed. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot how the normal season goes with the games.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, but
Wow.
we got Misfortune.
Yeah,
Very
kidding.
lovely
I mean,
to see.
Misfortune considered very strong on this patch. Actually considered probably a top 2, top 3 ADC on this patch. So not surprised if they want to pick that up, but they do leave up the Hecarim again, which was clearly pretty good in the last game.
I heard that they're changing some things a little bit, trying to push people away from like the AP build and going more. Was it for crit, or what was?
I don't remember, honestly.
Oh, I don't either. That's what
they did change how her scaling works with her E, which is her only one of her AP options, because there's a lot of APMF, so they built like
especially with ARAM, because it's super fun.
Especially with ARAM, but you essentially become a spellcaster. You slow a ton because you just max the ability. The E, which shoots bullets up at the sky and it rains down. It slows you a lot. It's very annoying to play against. So they changed that around a little bit. So I think crit MF is actually stronger now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's very nice, especially when you get a bunch of ability haste, and basically you need to wait half second, shoot it again. You can deny a huge area.
That is shocking that they go with the Amumu again into this comp. Huh. I'm not surprised that they go with Fiora in response to the Aatrox, but the Amumu pick again, it just felt like that didn't really do anything that game.
Yeah, I think this time around trying to get a better head start with it might help, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
No, I agree. I mean, this is just a salty run back. Like they feel like they had a good composition. They just want to change around a few things. Yeah, we see this Samira. Samira very good with this comp so far. Has a lot of CC to work off of. But I'm excited to see what they choose with it. There's so many engaged supports they can pick. But man, it is going to be tough to play against the Amumu, though. You do have that just the Garsabami, as you saw in last game, just stuns everybody around him, which just will immediately stop the Renata R from going off. As now we see Vex ban, so just more protection of the mid lane. Just trying to have a nice little safe early game. Let's scale, let the playmaking happen. As you can see, Blitzkrieg did fantastic on that playmaking pick. It was pretty boring,
for sure. Yeah.
Pretty boring early game, but those roams that he made were very, very good. Is now a Zillion ban. I completely disagree with that Zillion ban. I mean, I just do not see Proliferate playing Zillion with Samira if they actually do decide to ban this.
I don't see too much either. I'd say Renata for it, because it a really good when you put bailout on Samira. It's just absolutely crazy damage, movement speed, getting up there with the R, and even if they kill Samira with the R, you have a few extra seconds to try and get a kill off that. It's really crazy, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I mean,
but it'd be nice to see.
I don't think that they're gonna go with something tankier here. Carthage is. I feel like
Thresh maybe.
I would look to see probably Nautilus. That's
okay.
The premier realm obviously works too. That's the. But yeah, so I'm very shocked. Okay, so how Samira works is she. Do you want to have your little moment? I'll let you have your moment.
No.
Okay. So how Samira works is she gets bonuses from attacking CC enemies. She can actually extend the crowd control for a very short duration by auto-attacking, and also dashes her slightly closer. So she's able to follow up with these engaged supports very, very well. Something that you don't see enchanters with Samira. Very strange to be banning the Yuumi and the Zillion with this Samira. I mean, you really don't get very much benefit from either of them.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of interesting to see, because I've never seen that, and I usually ban Samira all the time. Doesn't work with my whole thing. Good Samira players know the exact time when, like, how they get their S rank to pop the R, and it always kills me. It's really hard to
Do you know how Samira works? Do you want to talk about that?
A little bit. I know that it scales up off the abilities and auto attacks, where, like,
what do you mean by scales up?
So, like, instead of just it being your ultimate being on a cooldown, the more you attack, then use your abilities like your wind ball, using your Q, and dashing in, it'll build up kind of like this ranking system. So it'll go like D, C, B, A, and then finally S rank. Once it hits that, you can do a cool Bayonetta type spin thing. That's why I love it.
Yes.
Don't know how to play it really. Oh, wow.
Okay, so we're going to be seeing a lot of aggression out of Carthage here. The Talia pick is just to kind of...
I like that.
Facilitate. This is a facilitating Talia pick. Also has a little bit of peel with her E, with her W. I just feel like Lakeland's draft is kind of all over the place. That's what my main takeaway is going to be here. Lakeland doesn't feel like they have a core identity to what they have. They can't really front to back because they don't have a front line. They don't have somebody who can stand in front of the team and just kind of soak damage while the ADC is able to do damage to the other team, or like your mage is able to do more damage.
You can hope for the Fiora, but against Aatrox,
exactly.
Raymond the Goat's been playing Fiora and playing against Fiora for the past week.
And he played very well in the first game.
And so, if it's going to be the exact same, like, I don't think Fiora is going to be that person to be in the front for that.
I completely agree.
Whereas for the Firebirds, we have Rel, we have Hecarim, we got Aatrox, and that alone, like, wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, we have strong side lanes for this LeBlanc to go into. So what types champions like LeBlanc, early game mage assassin, they really they want to be able to get on the map and make plays. So they want to get their wave in, they want to push their wave and be able to move to either top lane or bottom lane and get kills for their team. It's also very difficult for a lot of champions to play into LeBlanc just because of how much damage she is early game and how much mobility she has.
Yeah.
So Talia, not going to do anything against LeBlanc. I think this LeBlanc pick is very good in Talia in particular. Just a matter of how Lakeland play team fights. Because once again, how do? You have a Mumu jump in and hope that you can follow up? Like, what are you setting up really here? You're setting up the Misfortune ult, I guess.
Yeah.
Setting up the Talia to an extent. Like, you can have the CC follow up, but there's no true, like combo that you're doing with the Mumu. Like, for instance, you have Hecarim ult into this Rel engage, into your Samira, all following up. That actually has some sort of cohesion. Whereas I feel like Lakeland just doesn't have that.
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of CC opportunities. I just don't think they play together too well. Like we saw it last time, there's a lot of good CC opportunities. It just didn't really work out. The Firebirds found those opportunities just to go in and just pick them off one by one. And like you see Janna, you see Talia, and Talia can be really good if you can land her E and her W just perfectly well. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't really see it. Like there could be something I'm missing just because I'm mainly a TFT player. But, you know, I'm really loving it from the Firebird side, especially Rel, because that's
because you love your Rel. Yes, indeed.
Bro, it's awesome, and I love seeing it from both Noxus, Samira, and Rel. Getting a little bit of lore into it and all that. And the
Rel is from Noxus?
Yeah, Black Rose.
I had no idea. Rel is part of the Black Rose?
Yeah, part of the Black Rose.
What?
Isn't that so cool?
Interesting. Okay, I didn't even know that.
It's so cool. Yeah, it just looks awesome for me.
Yeah.
I just get geeked up over all that. I'm just I don't see all that fire from Lakeland's side. So it'd be interesting to see what happens.
Absolutely.
Anything could happen. True. I could be completely wrong.
I feel like I've talked a lot about Lakeland's comp not working together, but not as far as why they don't work together. So Fiora is going to usually just sit in either top or bottom lane and push out those towers. Her team fighting is very good, but she wants to be able to follow up on something. So usually you'll pick a jungler as engage. Great, you have a Mumu. So now you have this Mumu with Fiora. That's good core. You have the Talia to maybe move around. But now you have this Misfortune and this Janna. Now Misfortune, very good right now. But the Janna pick is what really is interesting to me because yes, you kind of have to pick it to protect your ADC, but at the same time, both comps kind of want to run into each other. Amumu doesn't want to have to sit back and wait for the fight to happen. He wants to be the one engaging. He wants to be the one starting the fight and getting these opportune like windows to kill a squishy target, to kill the ADC, to kill Samira, to kill this LeBlanc. Amumu isn't really giving that to anybody because Janna can't do much to extend that window where you can kill somebody. Jana is purely defensive. She is very, and don't get me wrong, she's very good at her job. And into this team comp, I like Jana.
Yeah.
She has a lot of healing. She's able to stop this Samira, this along the second from going in. But when you have that, then you need to pick some form of frontline, because if not, what are you protecting? Everybody, you're going to protect the Fiora. The Fiora is going to be running in. The Amumu is going to be probably running in. The Talia, maybe your Talia and your Misfortune, but at the end of the day, they're all so squishy. You can't save everybody with a single R. So we'll just see how this works out. Obviously, I'm not a perfect analyst here, but it just feels like
you're a little bit more confident in the Firebirds.
That's true. I'm much more confident in the Firebirds. I would have them very handily winning draft here.
Yeah. There is one thing I do see that might pop up just with the Talia wall, that could pose a threat, trying to push them in the right spot. Then I could see like Misfortune using E and using R there. Yeah, it's so tough to pull off, just because you cannot attack someone for 3 seconds. You cannot be attacked before you can get that wall down. You kind of have to be out of the fight for a little bit, or be hiding somewhere. That it's pretty tricky.
It is. It's extremely tricky.
And to get in the right spot, because there's a little bit of wind up. They can be like, oh no, let's separate.
Yep.
So
it's very situational. I agree.
I'm very interested to see what's gonna happen. It'll be a great match.
It will. So I'm excited to see how Lakeland decides to pull off this comp. Could very well be something we're not seeing. But until then, we'll see you after this short spectator delay break.
High Wheathen shoves that right over to the Lions half. Looks like this one's going in. Oh, you're kidding me! Don't over behind. We're gonna see the barrage. The barrage.
Oh my gosh, Nico is just dominating right now.
What a play!
That's disgusting.
Oh my gosh,
that was disgusting.
All right, welcome back. Ready to head in. Seeing the good luck, have fun's in the chat here. That's always nice. We love to see the positivity in League of Legends and see the solo queue experience.
Oh.
We're not usually getting all that positivity, but I'm glad to see that we have it here. We've talked a lot about draft. We've dogged on Lakeland Jets a little bit, but it's League of Legends, baby.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, and I'm very excited to see how this all plays out here. How you feeling?
Well, I'm always scared, you know, because it's always this stuff that it just scares me because you never know how things are gonna go. So I'll be a lot better in about like 10 minutes.
Well, the nervous going into this one, that's understandable. I mean, it's the start of the season.
But I will say, what a nice skin for the Tamiya. Oh wow, I do.
That's actually from a team that won Worlds. There.
Really?
Samsung Galaxy's skin. Yeah, so.
Oh, nice.
Yep, so the mid laner for that team actually chose the skin for Talia, and then Riot made it for them, basically.
Oh, that is very nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
What, is that the same line like with the Viego and the Zoe one, or am I thinking of
different
another
team? But yeah,
okay.
That's the Edward Gaming. That's EDG for that.
Okay.
One. Yep.
Because I do like that Viego one. That was
absolutely
super cool.
Yeah,
but
Viego, all those skins are really good.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. I just can't afford that. I'd rather be buying a bunch of
college. Yes. Yes, no, that's understandable.
But a nice Psyop Samira skin, really, really like.
Everybody has good skins here.
Oh,
Let's get that across, but now we have to talk about the game a little bit.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Hecarim is starting in the bottom side, and Mumu starting in the top side. Once again, this is the same thing that happened last game. So Hecarim is going to be trying to put this the Aatrox ahead. I'd assume that the Fury will be ready for it again. You have to expect. So I want to see Osprey switch up their pathing a little bit. I want to see maybe not a gank in the top lane and try to find an advantage elsewhere. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, it looks like Amumu trying. Maybe another thing we have to look for is Amumu possibly finding another advantage in the bot lane. Wasn't able to do that last game, but it looks like they're gonna have a lot more push in that bot lane now. The Samira is gonna have a lot more early pressure than the Jinx did. So perhaps the Amumu will be able to punish that. Elsewhere, we're looking mid lane. How will this matchup play out? Will he be able to actually win? That's one thing we'll see. I really like that dash there. So you see where the vital was, the glowing thing on the side. He dashed away to stop Einstein from being able to hit it and get that true damage and healing back. So really, really smart play just in general. Now we see this right here is why that's such an issue as... that is a fantastic...
Wow. I didn't see when they get there.
That was a really, really heady roam there from Proliferate and from Arthropod. Just getting the first blood off the Samira as soon as possible. Playing off of that roam and catching him on his Raptors. That's another thing about Amumu that I always talk about as far as why I'm not a huge fan of him in the jungle. His first clear is extremely, extremely vulnerable. It is so easy to punish him on that first clear just because he can't really duel. He can't 1v1 and he can't get away. He has no mobility abilities that can like get him out of the fight. And it takes a lot of health for him to clear, but now he's the outside. Will this be able to work out? I'm assuming they're going to try to bait out the parry this time. Osspice has to have learned from the last time. He's going to try to look for it. Oh, it does, in fact, bait out the parry, but does get stunned. But this time we do get the flash, so that's already a much better start to this for Osspice.
Yeah, wow, this is not looking good. I'm still very nervous for both sides.
Yeah,
talk to me in like 6 minutes.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's just interesting seeing like them changing up a little bit. Oh, never mind. Yeah, actually, just speak to me in 6 minutes.
All right, sounds good. A lot of really good advantages found here by Carthage in the early game. The farm advantage is going to go to Osspice after that kill on the bot side. His camps are going to be respawning very soon, so he's going to be able to get those. It looks like the Amumu is going to maybe try to find a gank or find a Scuttle Crab on the bot side. Scuttle Crab neutral objective that spawns at 315, gives you a little bit of an edge in that experience and gold department. If you're able to get both of them as a jungler, it's very, very good because that's denying more resources from your opponent. So it looks like he's just going to do the smart thing, pick that up. But now, as you see on the top side, Hecarim can be grabbing that. Not able to quite get away, but Hecarim grabbing that top Gromp there. Just any sort of gold that can be siphoned away from this move would be really good. As Raymond the Goat, it looks like he set up a really nice dive here, and parry is on cooldown, so I expect Osspice to be able to come in here and maybe get a kill, push them towards Raymond the Goat. A lot of damage is coming through, and
Oh,
does pick up Einstein in the top lane. This Fiora is not having a good time. Wow.
Wow. It's the same aggression.
Ooh, Hexflash coming through, going on. Janna will be able to find it.
Wow.
Really fantastic tornado there to stop the engage, but that was a really creative use of Hexflash there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I thought that was going to make it there, so that actually works really well in Janna's favor, just to have that and push the rail back. Because if Pharrell can get on top...
That was, okay, so he does find the engage, though, does miss the Q, and it's just going to walk away, it looks like. They're not really on the same page, does find the Ignite onto Padawan Tano, does stop all that healing coming through from the pot, but not quite able to find much more. Honestly, that's fine, though, because they have found some decent advantages. Despite the fact that the trades look very bad, all it takes is one good engage onto this Misfortune. They're going to be able to pick up a kill. Mid lane, though, mid lane has found a lot of really good advantages. It looks like he's going to have a slight CS lead after this, and hopefully he'll be able to get onto the map.
Yeah, I didn't think about this before, but yeah, if Rel gets on top of them, it's going to be a really big, deadly zone for them. But with Janna having a bunch of tornadoes that she can spit out at any time, it's oh, what is it?
No, it's tea. I'm offering it to you. Yes, Janna.
Is it poison?
It is not poison. Okay.
I'm not a big tea.
That's fine.
Guy.
That's fine.
But thanks for the offer. I appreciate it.
Osprey's not coming for the game.
Oh!
Flash does come out, so it looks like he'll find one. Not going to find much more. He might actually get punished here, as you see the move on the bot side not rotating fast enough. They are very, very low. Just going to be walked down here by the other team. But I really wish that Amumu walked over earlier. They may have been able to find something there. If that Amumu just stopped doing his Krugs for a second and tried to get something. As now Einstein is taking a lot of damage. Worldender is probably able to find something here. There's so much mobility here coming out from this Fiora. Will it be enough? He has to walk forward to get away from the chains. It looks like it's a solo kill in the top lane for Raymond the GOAT. You cannot hold this man down. Counter pick or not,
roommate.
That is your roommate. No kidding.
Oh, that's wicked. He's gonna be super happy after that.
Good rotation here from the Tlia. He's gonna find Osprey's first. William pushed away fast enough. Blitzkrieg is on the backside. He's not gonna be able to find anything. Now Blitzkrieg's in a little bit of a bad spot. He did use the dash to get over there faster. He's gonna have to walk away. A lot of damage coming through. Dash comes off the cooldown and goes to the wall, but really unfortunate that Osprey's had to get caught like that there.
It's an interesting wall right there. I wouldn't use that for that fight because it looked like it was in their advantage, but I think it's maybe just getting that distance down.
Yeah, I think it was a good usage of Weaver's Wall. I think it was a good usage of the ultimate just because, ooh, really good bait there. Wow. Throws the Q over a little bit too early, is not able to find anything. But as I was saying before, really good usage of the wall just so you could rotate over the fight immediately. Because if you weren't able to get there fast enough, then maybe he would have just gotten away. Because the main CC that sealed the fate of Osspice there was the Talia like knock up through the stones. And
for
stunning.
sure.
So if he wasn't able to get there soon enough, they wouldn't have been able to get that kill. So I really like that rotation there from Popcorn.
Yeah, I always forget that it can give you a big movement thing because you can just ride the wall. Because I just use it just to block him off, and I don't usually like riding it because I don't want to get knocked off.
That's a tough spot. Does get the parry there, but he's gonna lose this trade ultimately. I mean, he's very strong. Although kind of 1v1 potential, he will find a little bit more. Has to flash away. Raymond the GOAT does get out. Very smart. I agree. As you can see, if Raymond the GOAT's ultimate was up, maybe he'd be able to maneuver his way around that situation and find something. But now the ultimate does miss a little bit. Kind of unfortunate. May still be able to get the kill though. They're looking for it. That's a double. You really hate to see that gank turning into a double kill there from the Fiora. Just not really played too well. You have to understand how to juggle those tower shots a little bit better. But ultimately, it's not the end of the world for the Firebirds. They're still in the lead by about 1,000 gold, 1,500 gold.
For sure, but now Fiora has a little bit more to play with. So that's going to be a little bit scary.
She absolutely does, and it'll give her a lot more room as far as in that matchup. It's not a super easy matchup to play, even though it's a counter matchup. Like Fiora is good into Aatrox. It isn't easy still. As you can see, Raymond the GOAT has played very well around it. He's one lane. He got a solo kill against this Fiora earlier.
It's really the Omnivamp that's really tough to deal with, and popping that R like with true damage on all four corners, that's where Fiora becomes really, really deadly, and especially with the parry as well. Is that once that W, just at that right moment, and you parry into the Aatrox and just stunning him right there, He's completely deadly right there. That's what Raymond was telling me this entire week of just that one moment. That's the most deadly for Fiora.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the only moment that Fiora really has a super massive advantage in the early game, because she's just able to turn that so quickly after you get that stun, because then your third set of Q will run out. You won't be able to get the big slam of damage, and you're stunned obviously, so she's gonna be able to get that free vital off you.
Yeah, for sure.
So just very tough to play around, but also tough to play.
Yeah. Most definitely. I do not like trying playing and find those vitals, because I'm like, oh wait,
Yep.
come on, just turn your body a little bit more. I gotta stack it on the side.
Yep, absolutely. And it looks like Firebirds gonna look to take this first dragon. They do get it, thankfully. On the other side, big stacking wave here for the Aatrox. You can just see how much pressure he has by how many minis he has stacked up. That's a very common thing. By whoever's pushing the lane more is gonna have a lot of pressure against the other team. So if there's any, he's just gonna go for it. But World Ender is popped. He gets that. Okay. Oh wait, he does get the stun. Play this. Has to dash away.
Wow.
Really fantastic play there by the Fiora, as the Firebirds gonna move up their bot lane and get that second objective here early in the game.
That was like 5 health left. That was crazy, and you can see the ping goes down with the question mark.
No, very good play there by the Fiora to stay alive. Heads up, riposte, as it looks like Blitzkrieg might be able to find a kill here. Actually, does not have the ignite or the ultimate though, so just has to push the Talia out of lane instead.
Yeah, this
is not what you want to see.
Yeah.
They do get the Rips Herald on the top lane, but oh gosh, Arthur's in big trouble here. Ultimate comes through, and man, you just have to walk away. Arthur back got really greedy there. Tried to pick up that giant wave that they stacked, but you just have to understand that you don't have anything, and you have to walk away and give it up.
Yeah.
Still not an even game though.
Yeah, for sure. This is what I'm. English, come on, Tony, you got this. And this is what I kind of feared, is that just changing the strategy up, just having a little bit more pacing in the game, is I think that's the big difference. And just some unfortunate plays by the Firebirds, maybe just getting a little bit too excited.
Yeah.
But still, there's a lot of game left.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely less clean gameplay from the Firebirds, but they're still pushing their advantages across the board. You have a lot of very good early game champions. Any sort of support, engaged support like Rel is going to have a lot of pressure on in the early game. The Samir is going to have a lot of pressure. This Aatrox clearly has pressure. I mean, we've seen just beating up the Fiora this whole game. You might be able to pop an ultimate here. Does end up using the riposte, so that's actually a very big cooldown. Does go for the 1v1 here. Will be able to find it. She has a ton of healing. Raymond the Goat secures that solo kill. You still have to worry about the Aatrox. You know you got those 2 kills before. That's cool and all, but you got to be careful, as now Popcorn PR might have to be careful. It does end up having to just run away there. Man, this is a very difficult game to play still.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing too many big, like in the later half of this game, how the team fights will go down. That's my big question, is how everything is going to connect together, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, if the Firebirds continue to push their advantages, then team fighting will be very straightforward. But if they fall behind it all, then it's really difficult, because this team comp is very predicated on getting in and blowing up your opponent quickly. You get through your Samira ult and you blow them up as fast as possible. But if you're not able to do that, if you're not strong enough, then all of a sudden it becomes a really big issue, because you have all of the healing and shielding from the Janna. You have that continuous like AoE dot damage from the aggro. Oh, so we've seen it engage there. Prolific, the ultimate through flashes away, but it looks like Janna has managed to get out, and that's what the Janna is so good at. I mean, just pushing everybody away. And somehow the Fjord Prolific is a little bit far in. First, the 10 money comes through. The comes through. He does find one. Will be able to find more. He has so much CC, but he then gets stunned. Osprey is kind of caught out here. He still has a lot of damage with the rampage. He looks like Blitzkrieg find one. Popcorn Pierre with the double stun will find the prediction onto Blitzkrieg, trying to jump for the wall and get away. Popcorn is fighting for his life. Blue team double kill Talia. What a play! Man, fantastic prediction. You saw there that she threw the Q up through that brush to try and predict Blitzkrieg jumping back over, and he did, and just immediately died to that rock, just get it thrown directly at his head. So really well played there by Lakeland. They are back in this one.
I'm gonna be honest, I miss half the team fight because I'm a little bit colorblind when it comes to red things.
That's okay.
And it blended in with the green grass, and I was like, okay, hang on, focus, come on. You know what's green and you know what's red. It's okay.
That's okay, man. Yeah, no problem.
So I didn't see the Talia go in. But no, that was just I did see it was really well played, and I see right now a 3-0. Jeez, what a good turnaround, and it looks like now finally it's going into Lakeland's favor.
They're still down gold and they're still down that dragon, so they do still have a little bit to come back from. But it's a step in the right direction. Having a lot of kills on this Talia is going to make it a lot easier to play the game. I mean, obviously, but
with that stopwatch like broken down, it's
you're a little bit less safe, sure, for a short period of time. But Talia is really good at making things happen across the map, so he'll be able to hopefully get advantages for the rest of her team. I really like this position from Blitzkrieg. He's able to get around that wall very easily, and yet he's essentially being a human ward, just standing there and maybe even being able to one-shot somebody if they're too slow. As we see there now, second dragon secured for Carthage, and with the Mountain Soul spawning, so that's going to be their primary win condition. They're not as far ahead as they were in the last game. First time comes through a lot of Talia damage, also comes through. The goat has this really well played
there
here.
We go.
The heal comes through onto Allspice, he's fine. Blitzkrieg also gets out there, but the ultimate is popped by Raymond the Goat. That was probably a little bit of a misclick there, but that's perfectly fine. Having Raymond the Goat down there saved that play. Otherwise, Allspice would have certainly died.
Yeah, and it was so unfortunate because that rock right there just spawned in and could not get around there in time. So it was just really easy for Galaga to just go right on there and stun him. So that was really close.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of Galaga, let's talk about him for a little bit because he made a really fantastic comeback. Remember, he got killed as Raptors at level 2. Like, it's got to be really annoying thing to happen. A lot of people would get really frustrated. Maybe it would throw them off their game a little bit. Now Blitzkrieg maybe now stepped a little bit too far forward. Proliferate and Arthropod are rotating, but they are caught on vision. Nothing will probably come of this. It's gonna be a little bit of a Mexican standoff. They're staring at each other, seeing who fires first. But yeah, the vision control here from both sides has been really interesting. An idea of tempo that we've heard Coach Robert talk about a little bit. You see all those little wards sprinkled around the dragon. You really want to get that vision around the next objective that's coming up. So you can see they're just throwing down as much vision around that dragon before it spawns as possible to give your team the best possible chance of winning that fight. Just really smart.
Setting yourself up for success, it's a really good thing. You don't want to go in there, so get out of there.
It does manage to get out, but yeah, I would like to see the Firebirds playing. You see, Fiora has found out. That is unfortunate. Blitz is able to get that kill. Sneaking around in the top rush, in the top jungle. They're not going to secure this Rift Herald, as despite the fact that the Firebirds are even in kills almost, or they're behind in kills. They have more gold, and they have gotten every single objective thus far.
Yeah, that is really nice, and I always love it when those little bush strats go into play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's very smart. They were expected that they were on the Rift Herald, so the viewer is going up to check most likely, but then just immediately gets blown up as they're just hiding in that bush.
It's kind of funny thinking of it like in real life, having like 4 giant champions in a singular bush, and then all of a sudden, oh, hello.
Just waiting. Yeah. No, it's definitely a funny image, and it worked out for them there quite clearly.
It's kind of like in Pokemon, where you see like a giant 500-foot legendary Pokemon just pop out
in a bush. Yeah, exactly.
In a 2-foot tall bush, you know, just hiding in there.
How'd you get in there?
How'd you get in there? How did I not see you? Oh, dude, it's a bush.
Oh, you're invisible in there. But so far, let's just talk about how both teams have played. Lakeland, obviously, a little bit more even than it was last game. They're definitely playing better, but Firebirds is still very clear of the advantage, despite the fact that they're even in kills. I mean, they've just played their advantage. Oh my goodness, Arthropod may or may not be able to. The ultimate does come through for Proliferate. Now Raymond the Goat is here. Will he be able to change the tide of the fight? World Ender does come through. Proliferate is probably going to go down. That is so much damage from the Fiora. The ultimate does come through from Arthropod. Perry also comes down. Proliferate is still not dead. Finally, kill. But now Popcorn PR is here, and he is fat. Raymond the Goat is trying to find something, trying to extend that World Ender. But he does find it. He gets another kill. How much damage coming out? Why my fault? But it's also coming out, pushing the other team out. It's about even in kills. So, I mean, that's a good thing for the Firebirds.
Yeah.
Well played.
Oh,
my God. He has nobody there. That was very, very ambitious to say the least, but you need to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
There was nobody there to follow up. You got to be more mindful of where your team is during these moments.
It still looked cool though.
It did. It looked pretty cool.
That is pretty heroic.
He did die right after though, so that does kind of like hurt the coolness to some extent.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Just
At the end of the day, he did just kind of like jump over the wall and die. It happened.
Bill,
No, it happened.
that was cool points in my book.
It was the animation was cool, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but I was just about to say, like with that fight, it's this point of the game where it takes that one team fight.
Oh my god. Then you might be able to find the ultimate style meter in full. He does execute. The Talia is able to find that kill, but they're both gonna die. They're both gonna go down our spot and able to get out. That's a lot. Like the ultimate does come through, misses the Samira, but he isn't able to get out. Man, this Fiora does so much true damage. You'll put his pop around and go, does he think he's fed it up? He clearly does. They don't have the Hectormal to really continue chasing though. So at the end of the day, it should be a net 0. Man, I feel like Lakeland is finding the correct fights, but the objective control of the Firebirds has been so much better this game that it just hasn't mattered.
Yeah, for sure. Oh.
Ooh, Galga might be dead here, actually. Ooh, okay. Not quite enough damage, but man.
Yeah, once I know that this team fight's done, then I'm gonna say something.
It's done for now. They're kind of waiting for the objective thing.
Oh, but watch this. I'll start talking, and then all of a sudden, bam, bam, bam.
That's true. Okay. I think everybody's just gonna be respawning and run to the dragon now. They're gonna start it up just to check to see if the Firebirds are on it, which they are not yet. They're gonna be walking away. And now the Firebirds are gonna start it. I mean, that's what you hear about vision. I do not know why they're just standing in the middle. They have vision of this dragon. They know that they're doing it. Do they really think that they just can't contest? They've been winning fights. I feel like they need to do something to try and find a kill here.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh my god. See, that's the LeBlanc. That's why you pick the LeBlanc, honestly. Yeah. You just instantly kill that ADC. She walked one step out and good smite there, way to get the dragon. They're on sole point now. I mean, finding that kill under the misfortune and getting that dragon, the Firebirds are very close to having a massive advantage here.
For sure, and like I've been trying to say, the last 2 team fights, it just takes that one team fight that's going to change everything. There's been these kind of half ones where, like you said, kind of like a net 0 type, where it's just like it kind of goes even, but it just takes one.
I guess we'll see what's gonna happen here. Looks like everybody's stunned up and does try to ult out. He isn't dead yet, but they used a lot of ultimates on him here though, so maybe the Firebirds will have everything. He is in the middle of everyone. Oh my goodness, this Aatrox damage is massive. Wow. Go down to the Fiora. She is still big, and they're gonna have to run away. Gotta be a little bit more mindful of which bushes you're face checking here. I mean, Osmond walked right into that one.
Words.
It looks like we'll get to. Ooh, barely does stop that from happening. But man, the Firebirds just have to be a little bit more careful about where they're stepping, because they do have this really big advantage in the soul point, almost having the 4 dragons and getting that additional bonus from this mountain dragon. But they need to get there. They need to stop bleeding all of this gold through every fight. They've taken a lot of bad fights this game.
Yeah, it is just. Hang on. It's been going back and forth like this entire time, and it's just really scary to see. And I think, like, when I think the damage is there, it just isn't in practice, and I don't know why it's just not going through. Like with the Samira ult, it's not shredding as much as I usually see it, and same with Aatrox's damage as well. So I don't know.
I wouldn't get. Okay, I agree with you about Samira. It feels like she hasn't been doing as much damage as usual, but I will definitely contest you on that Aatrox. Aatrox has been the single person who's been carrying pretty much every fight. Of the damage in every fight.
I know, but I'm usually seeing like it just going pew.
Oh yeah.
Just like the double hits, and I know it's still, you know, about the
it's still about that
level. Hang on, I just gotta find my eyes on the screen. Level 13. There it is. You know, there's still some time to it. I just I don't know. It's just very scary. I'm just very nervous right now, especially against this Talia.
Yeah, I mean, this play's about to be pumping some damage, but it looks like Blitzkrieg has enough. He's going to be able to find it there. Another kill, another Dark Seal stack. Blitzkrieg is all of a sudden extremely scary. I mean, you saw a very slow start to this game, but now he has 4-1 and 2 with 10 seals. Oh, dear God. Stacks on that Dark Seal. So that's a lot of extra damage.
How much AP does that 10 stacks give?
Let me think about that real quick. I'll get back to you.
I always forget because when you get Magi's Soul Stealer.
Oh my God. He flashes forward, but it looks like he has the double to get away. Very well played there. A lot of pings going through here. It looks like they want to do may want to do the Baron, but I mean, it's gonna be a little bit until we find out how much AP that gives you, but it's a sizable amount. It's 350 gold and it gives you over 20 AP. That's a ton of value.
Do you think that they will try or Blitzkrieg will try and go for Magi's with that, or just keep the Dark Seal itself?
I think it's a lot more common to see just people buy the Dark Seal and let it stack up.
Okay.
And then buy other items. It's a little bit risky. It's more than a little bit. It's extremely risky to buy the Dark Seal because if you die once, you're losing so much power.
Yeah.
It's 1,200 gold. It's a good chunk of gold. So you just have to, or it's actually 14 something, but it's a good amount of gold.
Good chunk.
It's a good chunk of gold that you're putting into it. So you really have to make sure that you're playing safe. And sometimes you die, and that's just a fact of the Legends. Looks like they may try to find our friend here. It does parry the wrong thing though, has to flash away. And that's a lot of very good.
There goes the wall.
Okay, the wall does come through. Reaver's wall does come through, but the fear may not really do anything. They're going into a 3v4 for now. Raven the Goat does have a lot of healing. He gets queued and pushed away. He gets stunned once more, has to flash away. But they have, oh my goodness, you have this MF on the backside. Might be able to find a really good ult. They'd have no vision.
It doesn't look like it.
Man, I think it'll just be some resets and trying to find a good fight for this Dragon Soul here. They are still up 1.5 thousand gold.
It is so scary to see it. It's so close. It can go wrong. Oh, and
that is very unfortunate. But looks like they're going to turn back here. Proliferate and Allspice are 1v2. Blitzkrieg is coming through. He has so much damage. Popcorn PR taking so much. They're going to find him. Octopod is dying on the top side, but will it matter? Raymond the Goat is still popping off. World Ender. He finds another one. The MF ult, but it does absolutely nothing. Allspice is on the back side. He finds one. Proliferate now gets another. Is dominating. The Firebirds are back in this as if they ever left. But man, it looks like they're going to get the Dragon Soul here. Now they are firmly on the front foot.
Yeah, that was that one team fight that changed everything. I was very scared, especially when you saw Arthropod die right there. I was like, oh no, we don't have R.
Yeah.
But no, everything was just perfect.
Yeah, I didn't die. Oh, I didn't die. I thought you were talking about, oh my goodness, they were talking about Raven the Goat for some reason. But yeah, by the way, Dark Seal fully stacked gives you 55 AP.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's a very, very cost-efficient item, and he's gonna be maybe even sitting on like a Rabadon's death cap or something after that fight. He is just so fed. So after the Dragon Soul, they're definitely gonna be looking to take this Baron and then start running at the base.
And with Dark Seal as well, it only maxes out at 10 stacks, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Magi's is 25.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just always get my numbers mixed up with all the items in the game. I'm like, okay, which one does which on this one on that?
That's perfectly fine. It's all about learning, man. You gotta get more people into the game. It's a good game. It's an exciting game as we've seen so far.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So yeah, now it's just a matter of getting these additional items on a Blitzkrieg. Rabadon's death cap is going to give you 100-something AP and also plus 33% of your current AP. So that's a massive power spike. Because if he is able to get that, he's going to be able to one-shot basically their whole team outside of a Mumu. So it's going to make him extremely potent. Plus he's level 16. He has the 3rd level Inset ultimate ability. He's going to be able to copy those spells faster. So I believe what... oh my goodness, what is the champion called? Mid lane. Dear God, LeBlanc. Holy.
LeBlanc.
Oh, they're just looking to bush cheese here as Allspice is walking into it again. He's got to run away. He gets out with the ultimate. Man, they've just been hunting for him across the map here this whole game, but it looks like he's able to get out this time. As I was saying before, LeBlanc's ultimate is going to let her copy a spell that she cast before, like Empowered, I believe. So having an additional level into that is going to allow her to just one-shot things faster and be able to get away easier.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story here.
And especially when I see LeBlanc being played an ARAM is that once a Rabadon's Deathcat comes in, it's just like I never want to try and fight.
Yep, as there it is. Gets the Rabadon's Deathcap, gets those 2 Pank wards.
Yeah, and can just
push.
run in, go, and then run right out. And no damage can be done to her. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
Yeah, we'll see now. It looks like they're just going to try and get all of that priority onto the Dragon. They're going to push that forward. Looks like Blitzkrieg is going to be clearing out that wave, and they're all going to fight around this Baron. So this Baron may very well decide the game, because if, like, oh my god, Lakeland is able to win this fight, that's massive. They get the Baron buff, they're going to get a ton of gold off that. That should swing right back in their favor.
Oh,
this is okay. So this is very common. This is exactly what LeBlanc does late game. She's gonna jump in and she's gonna burst you down and she's gonna jump right out. She's essentially a poke champion.
Yeah.
At this part of the game, and as you can see, extremely potent, forcing the reset, and now they're just gonna start the Baron.
And it's poke that you almost can't do anything about, you know, because once you realize she's there, she just leaves.
Yep. At this stage of the game, there's essentially nothing you can do. As you can see, Blitzkrieg is sitting on a ward right now. A little unfortunate, but it looks like she still has the damage.
Oh, wow.
Almost killed, but oh my god, really big engagement. Really, really fantastic ultimate. 5 on that. Rustbot has 2 already.
Whoa.
Pentakill here, even. They are saving it for him. Proliferate is dead here, but Blitzkrieg is going to find one. Jeez, those chains are doing so much. Arthropod is thirsty for it. Unfortunately, does steal the pentakill there from Arthropod, but they're gonna be able to grab a Baron off of that.
So wicked cool, and Samira is now. Oh wow.
Yep, she's hit her item spike. She's incredibly strong, and they're just gonna be looking to push out for a victory here. I mean, really fantastic team fighting and macro from this team in the late game.
Yeah, for sure. That was absolutely amazing. I thought it was gonna change it a little bit, like when the Talia wall came up, just because that LeBlanc was on the other side. But I forgot it's LeBlanc.
She just
goes right there.
It, yeah. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just really hope that they don't end fast enough from Lakeland.
Yeah. You
just have to hope that they make some horrible mistake, because this is a very similar position to the last game.
Yeah.
You're almost 10,000 gold up, but now they have the Dragon Soul too. And that is several thousand gold worth of stats right there. So you just have to be very careful about how you play out these fights. And the main issue is I don't really know who you even go for. As you see, Medja is actually there, bought from Blitzkrieg. He's feeling confident. He's feeling ready for a fight. But how do you even play this fight? Who do you go on? Every single member outside of maybe Hecarim is a massive threat.
Yeah.
You can't really pick one person and be like, oh yes, if we kill this person, then the fight, we are like very favored in this fight. It just doesn't work that way. You have Elder coming at 1 minute 15 seconds here.
Yeah.
And just, even if you kill Arthropod, well then you have Blitzkrieg to worry about. If you kill Blitzkrieg, you have Raymond the Good Arthropod to worry about. It feels like you have to kill all of the carries at once.
And that's extremely tough to do. It's like, I think their best bet is hoping to get a good Talia E and W combo.
Yep.
Because that's really what it's going to take. But yeah, now that Samira is this strong and LeBlanc can just go shoop, shoop.
Yep, exactly.
You can't really try and chase LeBlanc down too much. She's just going to, do her own thing.
See
right there.
Almost instantly kills the Misfortune. And this is what we're talking about. Remember, at the start, we did not like Lakeland's comp, and this is exactly why. How do you play team fights? The Amumu goes in, but you don't have enough follow. This MF is not ahead enough for you to really do too much there. And its lead just didn't really get on the map at all. So it's looking real tough for Lakeland.
Yeah, we saw it great early game, a little bit into the mid game, but this, like right now, it's extremely difficult.
It looks like they're trying to go in here. No ult is going to be expended.
Now they're going in. Blitzkrieg is quite deep. Arthropod does find one. They do find the kill on Blitzkrieg. That is massive. They find another one. Maybe this is the way back in. They do get a 2-man pull. They do. Samira! 2 gets 3. He's going in for more. Triple. Going into a quadra. He's going to look for a penta. Will he get a yes? Pentakill for Arthropod, and that'll be the game. Fantastic Samira play. Wow.
It's just like what you said is you can't really pick of someone to target.
Exactly. You got the 2 carries. You got Raven the Goat and you got Blitzkrieg, but all of a sudden Arthropod is just on you. Yeah.
I'm here too.
Yep, exactly. So the game sealing pentakill for Arthropod. Hex flashing for a little bit of spice.
There we go.
Well played. Carthage Red.
That was absolutely wicked.
It was. I mean, Carthage Red putting that one away without, once again, no doubt. They played just a very clean game.
For sure. Like it was really scary earlier on. You saw that that they had a little bit of a Lakeland having a little bit more of a lead, and it started getting a little bit more even. But it's just all preparing for that late game. That late game is just great team synergy by
Absolutely.
the Firebirds, and it all worked well together. I love Talia though this entire game, just perfect placements for the E's and the W just to knock him in. Great crowd control and setting themselves up for success. And then I completely forgot that misfortune can easily just R right there, and it was just great setups, great execution by them. But unfortunately, because the Firebirds coming in, it was just even better synergy. Yeah,
I mean, wow, it's really fantastic games. If you were to give MVP to one player on the Firebirds for this game, who would you give it to?
For both games?
Yeah, like for this series, who is the MVP?
I would go with the Samira for this one.
Arthur
That was just absolutely amazing. You know, I would give it to LeBlanc, but you can't really argue with the pentakill.
You can't.
At the very end.
It's true.
Like that could have been a team fight that could have been really bad for the Firebirds. It could have tilted a little bit more in the favor of Lakeland, but just shutting all of them down right there, I think Samira takes it.
Absolutely, and I can agree with that. It's hard to, you're right. It's hard to argue the pentakill. But in the meantime, we've actually got Carthage Black playing at the same time on YouTube. So it looks like we're going to switch over to that very soon.
Okay.
We'll meet you on the YouTube stream. Carthage Esports, I believe, is the channel. So if you want to go to Carthage Esports on YouTube, you'll find us there, and we'll be checking out the Carthage Black game. Oh, already switching on Twitch? Okay, we're just going on Twitch either way. Tech Guy has came through. Thank you for that information. We're just going to check out the Carthage Black game then.
Yeah, sweet. I choosing an MVP, but because all of them just really well. Like that. I wanted to say that, I can't stress that enough. I mean, of course I give it to my roommate every single time. Like, I would love to, but I'm sorry, Ray, is that it was I'm going with Samira. Like,
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, but amazing team synergy. I just love seeing that. It just works so well, and it just makes me really happy. And I get to learn new things, and that's really why I love doing this. Is that
the stream's all about?
I get to bring this back and be like, what can I change in my TFT games?
Oh my goodness! All right.
No.
We'll take a short break here, and we'll be back with Carthage Black. Looking a little bit different than the other two games. Looking like they have a little bit of a tough go of it this extra round. My God.
But that does have to some more, dude.
He does find a lot of damage there. It looks like it makes a chance to get through. This actually been there right here. Didn't know how the game's going to land. Okay, here comes the ladder. Looks like so much damage. Oh, wow. We did not come in at a good time. Oh my goodness.
You know, I was so satisfied with the last game. Now I'm nervous again, man.
It's already over. We're 26 minutes. We're coming in a little bit late. So
but at least we get it in the end.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. We'll go to game 2 very soon. And it looks like they're going to be closing this one out. Early GG there from Pyro. He just knows it's over. Really good try there on that last engage from Dragon of Dusk. Almost got it. Did manage to cut one up complete. Ben Vladimir is incredibly good.
For sure.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, there's me.
And we're back. And we're back, I guess. That was a very difficult game to watch. I mean, man, from start to finish, that was that was a tough one. I mean,
jeez,
that was difficult.
That was difficult. I want to know what happened though.
I do too.
Getting thrown in the middle, that's kind of like going into like a season finale and not knowing what happened the entire time.
Yeah.
What happened there?
I don't know, man. That's tough. But hey.
But we'll find out game 2.
We will. We find out game 2. We were just back with you after a break, and we'll be going straight to another break. So we'll see you then for game 2. All right, coming at you again with a little bit of interview. Familiar face here, Coach Robert back, and now we've got Blitzkrieg here on my right. How you feeling about these two games? Go ahead.
Okay. So this is a really interesting game for us, considering this is our coach's old team, who we've scrimmed against before. And it wasn't as pretty as it was today, is what I gotta say. But
Jeez.
Today I feel like, honestly, as a team, we kind of shook off our demons we've been feeling, and we really just kind of all worked together, and we had a game plan going in. And a lot of it comes down to Coach Robert's preparation. which you can go off of if you want to.
Yeah, 100%. I think kind of knowing my old teammates and stuff like that, it kind of helped me predict the bans. I know we have the list right here. All the bans are correct. We got our proud picks. First game, you know, I think second game kind of adjusted. Put the man right here on LeBlanc, and he performed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that he was able to adjust, because that's the pick that we on R5 we were like. It's like, should I give Jake this? And then we gave Jake it. So then he look what he did. He carried that game.
Absolutely. I mean, LeBlanc was something I was looking at. Like, this just supports the team so well. Talia doesn't 100%. Do very well in slot, obviously, as we saw there. So yes, I would absolutely give you, in my opinion, MVP for that second game.
100%.
But you talked about shaking off your demons a little bit. What do you mean by that? Is it something in scrims that you were looking at? What's happening?
I think it's been just a team-wide thing where we came into the season, into the preseason, wanting to like prove ourselves, and we did. We're improving a lot, but I think with improvement, it's not always like it's not always like a bunch of steps forwards. Mm-hmm. It's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, and I think we just had that 3 steps back. And we just got into the 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those 2 games incredibly clean. One thing we were talking about in that second game was actually Lakeland's draft and just kind of it being all over the place. How did you attack this draft here?
100%. I think, like I said, the LeBlanc pick was really great. The Jana pick was something that we didn't expect, not on the champ pool, right? And so then we were like, maybe pick something Leona, maybe, or something more of engaged, so their team comes a little bit more secured. But I guess they picked up Jam because we were hard engaged comp, but it just didn't fit well, right? So I was like, as soon as the Jam picked up, I was like, okay, let's pick up the LeBlanc and let's see if we can like adjust to that, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we kind of adjusted second game. But the Samira and the Rail was definitely a pick that we wanted to execute early, because we feel like we could win early games like that. So
no, I mean, really liked the draft. Obviously, very clean games, both games. It felt like they didn't really have a chance that second game, despite the fact they were up in kills for a decent amount. You were up in gold and got every single objective. So that was just incredibly clean. I don't even have much to say about that. That was just 2 very quick, very, very tidy games. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I like, compared to last season, we just have a great coach, and it's really easy to go forward with just a really good game. Not Coach Palmer though. Coach Robert's pretty great though.
That's great to hear, and it's obviously it's showing. I mean, for both teams, the dominance. Even though there have been some road bumps for both, it's just been the wins have been so impressive. So I'm just super excited to see how you guys look going into the next season.
Yeah, of course. I think it's all about the preparation and making sure the players are ready for the game day, and that's my job here to do it and make sure that they can execute on game day. So.
Absolutely.
Very proud of them. Yeah, very proud of them.
You're doing a fantastic job here. Is there anybody else you'd like to shout out here? Wrap up this interview a little bit.
I really want to shout out I watch a lot of pro scene. I really want to shout out my favorite North American talent team, EG, for knocking out Coach Robert's favorite team, TL, to get to Worlds.
I agree with that one. Shout out EG.
Shout out EG.
For me, I'll shout out Coach Tim. I know he's one of the positional coaches for mid and have been helping out Jake and Clayton out. Coach Isaac for helping out junglers. If the junglers have been asking Coach Isaac about these, like what they should do and stuff like that. Obviously, as a head coach for me, or like an assistant coach on League of Legends, it's kind of hard to know all the roles. So having them be part of the kind of help you guys out, hopefully it shows, and it's definitely showing today. So shout out to those 2, honestly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can see the improvements for each player, and I'm excited to see the continued improvement throughout. You can only get more dominant than this. I mean, perfect games in my opinion. So great to talk to you guys once again. Fantastic games, and we're just gonna be wrapping this one up here. Going to be going to some more Carthage Black gameplay. Going to be coming back after a tough loss. I'm excited to see how they bounce back.
They can pull it together.
They absolutely can. I have complete faith. We'll see you then.